In this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing and I'm going to give my first impressions on the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. This phone is on sale at the time of this video. I'll have links down in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. The price is $800. So I think, in my opinion, this is the most compelling S21 device that's coming out of the S series this year from Samsung. The S20 last year was the most popular option because it had the lowest price tag, but this was retailing at $1,000. So yes, we have some compromises, but I think that price point, it's going to hit home for a lot of people. So let's go ahead, check this guy out, see what we get in the box. So on the top, we have our device. See what else we get in the box. Not a whole lot, as you can see. On the top here, we have our USB Type-C to Type-C charging cable. We have a SIM ejection tool, and looks like we have some paperwork in here. Yep, we'll just file that to the side. No charger, no headphones. We're losing a lot of accessories in the box, unfortunately, as these new generations come out. Let's take a look here at the Phantom Gray Galaxy S21. Wow, this looks amazing. So I'm just loving this super clean looking design from this new Galaxy S21 series. This is the Phantom Gray here. So it's a very similar design to the Phantom Black. It's just a little bit toned down with that gray color. So on the right here, this is the Phantom Black color of the S21 Plus. Me personally, I absolutely love this gray. Gray is my favorite color, and this is just standard plain gray. Samsung does have some much flashier color options than this, and I'll have Samsung's website linked down in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. But the first thing we need to talk about here is that we have a plastic back on this S21. So I feel like for a lot of people that's going to be a big issue, and that's a major downgrade. We don't have the glass back like we did last year on the S20. I feel like Samsung has really nailed down their build materials on these phones because it's a very similar feel at the end of the day. And there are the benefits to plastic, like it's not going to shatter if you drop it. And overall just makes it a more durable phone, honestly, at the end of the day, because you still have the aluminum frame. We still have the Victus glass front. We still have IP68 water resistance. We're still getting wireless charging and reverse wireless charging and all the features that people thought were just only on glass-backed phones. They thought that was the reason for the glass back. Honestly, could be a benefit to a lot of people, and it still has a very nice premium feel in the hand. Taking a quick tour around the phone, on the right side here, we have our power button and volume rockers, in addition to that camera module that is now sort of morphed into the phone. So you can see we have a bit of a camera bump there, but it's really not all that aggressive and looks very minimal with just the 3-lens setup and the flash. On the left side, we have nothing. On the top, we have 2 mics, and again, we can get a look at that new camera module design. I like how it kind of molds over into the phone. It's not its separate hunky square. And on the bottom, we have one of our 2 speakers. We have a Type-C charging port. We have another mic. And we have our SIM card tray, but there's no micro SD card slot included with this tray. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead, boot up this Galaxy S21. Super excited to check this guy out. All right, so we're first greeted here with our 6.2-inch display. And this looks strikingly similar to the Galaxy S21 Plus in terms of its overall design. It pretty much looks identical. The 6.2-inch screen size, it's really nice, to be honest. It's a great fit in the hand. I really liked it on the last generation. I'm gonna like it even more on this one because we don't have the edge display, so you're not going to have accidental touches on the edges. You can see here in this real quick look that the display is going really close to the edges, and you do have accidental touches on these. So I'm super happy to see that gone here on the S21. But I'm going to go ahead, put my information in the phone, play around with this for the day, and I'll come back with my first impressions on what seems to be a very promising Galaxy S21. All right, so I've been using the Galaxy S21 for essentially a day now, and I gotta tell you guys, I am really enjoying this phone, and it's changed my entire perception of this whole Galaxy S21 lineup, and I've definitely made my mind up more clearly of which phone you should be getting of these 3, and we'll dive deeper into that towards the end of the video. But first, let's jump into this Galaxy S21 and why I'm enjoying it so much. First off, getting into the phone, the in-display fingerprint reader is exceptional. You just simply lay your finger on it and it just unlocks right away. You don't really have to hold it there. You just tap it and you're right into your phone. Also, the face recognition is excellent. It is pretty much instant. So absolutely loving getting into this phone super quick, whether it's the fingerprint sensor or the face unlock, and it's honestly amazing. I find the facial recognition to be a bit faster than the fingerprint sensor, but you saw it for yourself. It is extremely fast. This is one of the best unlocking experiences I've had on really any phone to date. And then we are greeted by the 6.2-inch AMOLED display. And once again, I'm really liking this display, this form factor here. It's a really good screen size in terms of the fit in your hand and the one-handed usability. And overall, it's still a big enough screen to do essentially whatever you want to do on it. So I'm absolutely loving the combination of smaller phone, larger screen, and then general use with the S21 has been excellent. So if we just want to jump into YouTube here, the Snapdragon 888 processor has just been excellent so far initially here. And jumping over to Google News here, sweet, getting some news on the Z Flip 3, love to see that. But we can see here that, again, it's just really smooth experience, and this phone is just a really good hold in the hand. I love how much lighter this phone is than the S21 Plus and S21 Ultra, and we're still getting a good enough screen size. I would say the only downside to getting this smaller phone is that you're going to have a smaller battery. So since I have been using this for a day, I've already had to charge it back up, and the battery does drain a bit quicker on this S21 compared to the Plus and Ultra model. So that's just the nature of having a smaller phone. It's not a deal breaker by any means. The battery is still good. It's just not excellent compared to those larger models. So here's a look at what YouTube content will look like on the S21. Honestly, I am super happy with this display. You definitely don't have to worry about this screen not being large enough because it is smaller than the other models in this lineup. Overall, really happy with the display here in terms of watching YouTube content. Also, I've been testing out some gaming here on the Galaxy S21. I'm playing Stardew Valley. This is one of my favorite games to play. And to my surprise, once again, I think the 6.2-inch display is large enough to play mobile games. You're still going to have a really good gaming experience here, especially with the processor considered. And of course, in my general testing here, no lag spikes, no stutters or anything. Really liking the gaming experience on the Galaxy S21. In terms of our camera setup, we have a 12 megapixel wide angle lens. We have a 64 megapixel telephoto lens. And then we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. So taking a look at our camera options here, this is the standard lens. We've got our wide angle lens. We get really wide shot there. And then we also have a 3x hybrid zoom in addition to some other zoom options. So we have a 4x here. We have a 10x, which I think the detail looks really good on this. Let me know what you guys think of these cameras in the comments below. We also have a 20x zoom, which I love using the zoom on this phone because you can get a really steady shot because it automatically stabilizes. Once you get in focus with your subject, it's going to stabilize it and keep it more still to get shots from far away, which is really cool. You can see that the camera is not moving that much at all. The viewfinder is not really moving once I get set on what I'm trying to aim at. So I absolutely love that feature. And then we also have the 30x zoom, which, yeah, this gets a bit blurrier than the 20x and 10x for sure. Jumping over to video, here's our standard. Again, we have that wide angle, and we also have the 3x there by default. We also have our 4x, have our 10x. Doesn't look as crisp as on the photo. And then we can go up to 12x there. And all of our recording options are up here at the top, which is excellent. So if you want to be filming 8K, if you want to be filming 720p, it's just all up here with a single tap. And then we have a ton of other camera features: AR Doodle, Pro Mode, Panorama Mode, Food, Night Mode, Portrait, Portrait Video, Pro Video, Super Slow-Mo, Slow Motion, Hyperlapse, and Director's View. So there's a ton of different camera options. But overall, again, just the general story with this S21 is that just because you're paying a lower price compared to the other S21 phones does not mean you're skimping out on a whole lot. You're getting a great camera experience here initially in my initial testing on the Galaxy S21. Audio quality has also really impressed me on the Galaxy S21 here. It is super loud. It's just as loud as the S21 Plus or S21 Ultra, but it's more so just surprising when you have this much sound coming out of a smaller device. It really surprised me, to be honest. So I'll go ahead and let you guys have a listen for yourself. So my final first impressions on the Galaxy S21 is that I am super impressed with this phone. It has really put this whole S21 series into perspective for me, especially when compared to the S21 Plus. So I bring this up because there are literally 3 differences between the regular S21 and the S21 Plus with a $200 price gap. So we have, of course, the larger display, we have a larger battery, and then there's the glass back on the S21 Plus opposed to the S21. So there's just so few differences with a $200 price difference that it's a clear choice to me to go with the Galaxy S21. And this is, out of all 3, the regular, Plus, and Ultra, this is the one I can most recommend. This is an easy recommendation. For $800. You are definitely going to be getting your money's worth out of this phone for a premium smartphone experience. And yes, I know there are a couple downgrades on this phone compared to last year's S20, like we're not getting the 1440p resolution at the 60 Hz refresh rate, we're not getting an SD card, and we're not getting that glass finish. But once again, all factors considered, I think this is the one to go with out of any of the S21 phones. For $800, you really can't go wrong with this phone. If you can live with a couple of those compromises, then this is going to be a definite good choice. I can highly recommend the Galaxy S21. But I want to know what your thoughts are on the Galaxy S21, so let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to the Shane Symonds YouTube channel today, as only about 3.6% of you are subscribed. I hope to see you guys around for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.